5 meals for the cost of 1 burger. You heard me right. That's breakfast, lunch, 2 snacks, and dinner for just about US $3.50 per day per person. Do you believe me? I don't think I believe me. That's the question I set out to answer with this challenge. Can I feed my family of 4, that's me, my husband, and 2 kids, on $100 US for the week? Did we accomplish the challenge? Is it realistic? I mean, is this even enjoyable to live like this? In this value-packed episode of Sam's Food Chronicles, you learn meal planning tips. You'll get to see my awesomely cute kids love this challenge, or maybe not. Also, you'll see every single picture of the meals that we made and ate as a family. Let's get into it! So the first thing we did was to sit down and figure out the rules.
Alright, so the first rule is pretty obvious, goes without saying. Anything we eat or drink has to come from within a $100 budget, with the following exception. If somebody does come by with a gift, something unpredicted, like a family member has a snack for the kids, we're gonna let them eat it, but we won't consider that a part of our challenge.
I want my red chicken! I want pizza!
We are not going to be allowed to use any personal monies or allowances to purchase any supplemental meals. That's just not allowed. Anything that we cook, we eat.
Yes, and no sneaking.
That would be cheating.
What are you looking at?
We're not allowed to starve ourselves just to prove the point of winning the challenge, right? No. If we even reach day 7 and we need to buy dinner, we will consider the challenge as a failure.
Right. We're low on flour and I have to do pancakes later in the week and some flatbread for these tacos. We're gonna have to supplement, I don't know, make more porridge or something.
Make more porridge. With some sugar. So much sugar.
Additionally, no food that we had in stock before can be used in this challenge. Right now, I have some stuff in the freezer, a few stuff in the pantry. I'm not allowed to touch those at all. We're only restricted to using what we bought for this challenge.
Samantha wanted to cheat today. She wanted to use hummus that was already in the fridge.
Yes, that's why it's good to have accountability partners when you're doing these, experiments.
Busted!
Yeah. If you guys complete this challenge, you will have a big reward. Okay? A very big reward. What is it?
Drum roll!
The big reward is you get anything that you want under $1,000.
Yeah, so that's your budget. We're gonna give you.
And you can buy anything you want with it. You can accept candy.
I want to buy Hot Wheels with trucks.
All right, let's go.
The next thing we had to do was to set the budget and the menu for the week. We decided that it had to be not only cheap, but also realistic and enjoyable. Here's how you can create a budget for your weekly or monthly shopping. First thing to do is to write down the ingredients based on what your family always eats. For us, some of those things are chicken, fish, cauliflower, cabbage, rice, wheat flour, etc. You get the gist. Then you write out your menu. Then you estimate the quantities and input the associated costs and tally them up. Then you adjust your menu downwards, which will make your budget go downwards until you hit your required budget. Simple, right? That's how we got to our menu. All right, so I just finished typing up the menu. Let's show Darren and see what he thinks. All right, babe, I got the menu ready. Wanna look?
All right.
Look and tell me what you think.
Where is the coffee, Samantha? No, seriously, where is the coffee? Not even Nescafe?
Nope.
No, I don't think I like this challenge.
That's one thing I didn't think about. Coffee is quite expensive and that would have taken up about 10% of our food costs, so coffee had to go. Well, alright, cereal is out.
Nuts are super expensive.
I'm gonna have to blend coconuts to get milk.
I have an idea. Why don't we drop the guava jam and get cauliflower instead?
I love cauliflower, yeah, that works.
Yeah.
No.
No ice cream.
Kids are gonna hate us for life. Oh boy.
Ooh. Okay, so that was really fun. We did our supermarket run, and I would say that it went well, considering that there are a couple items on the list under what we budgeted. So I would say win-win, and can't wait for our market segment. Let's go.
Keep the funk in their music.
All right, guys, so we're here at Coronation Market. For me, I think it's the best place to get the best bargains on fresh produce. So I love coming here for that. So yeah, come with me while we shop for fresh fruits and veggies. So that's why I like to shop at Coronation Market, because you can get a whole bunch of fresh produce at a fraction of the cost you would anywhere else. I mean, this is a key ingredient in acing this challenge, and that is to get your food from as close to the source as possible. I mean, look at this.
Keep the funk in their music.
So we finished all of our shopping and we have about $10 left over, so I'm feeling good about that. Make sure you stick to the end so you can see all the photos of everything that we're gonna be cooking throughout the 7 days. So yeah, let's get cooking.
Baby, you like a song in my head. I can't get you out. I just lie awake in my bed, sing your name out loud. You're like a song in my head. I can't get you out. I just lie awake in my bed, sing. Baby, you like a song.
For me today, I felt tired. I felt like a slave cook. I really did, because Darren had to go out on the road for a couple hours, so he didn't really get to help. And at one point, I was just like wiping sweat, like working over a cauldron in a dungeon somewhere, cooking away. It does take a lot of time. It does take a lot of prepping, and you're on your feet, around the heat a lot. So that's one thing you should get prepared for. Is it's gonna be time consuming, and you're gonna be around the stove a lot. Today's day 4, and how do you feel about today? Do we look emaciated and hungry?
When you said day 4, I was actually hoping you were going to say day 5, because we're running out of food.
Yeah.
It's looking
As we draw closer, the ingredients are getting smaller and smaller. So.
Woo. Oh dear. We didn't get to buy popcorn because it wasn't in the supermarket.
Right, we couldn't find any.
We have no more flour to make pancakes and eggs. We have bread, so we can do toast. The boys bought macaroni and cheese, so they can have that for their snack. Right, but there's no more chips because they ate off all the chips already, and the chickpeas is finished. So we actually have basically nothing on tomorrow's menu, and the rice is finished.
All right, so we had a small budget left over for the patties, so we could just use that instead and get some beef and more flour to supplement. Yeah, we're gonna have to do that. Hey, if you're watching the video all the way up until now, I know that you're getting a lot of value out of it. If you are, please stop right now, hit the subscribe button, like, and share this video. If we get to 1,000 likes, I will definitely get a hint that you guys are digging these food challenges, and I will do more. So, help our sister out, will ya?
All right. Day 7.
The last day.
Freedom.
That was interesting.
It was torture. No, it was
In
not.
one sense, I guess.
I like the fact that we had a structured menu. We didn't have to be figuring out stuff. We had everything set. The menu was on the fridge. If we needed to adjust, we adjust. But then I wanted a beer, ice cream. We didn't eat out at all.
And that for me is big. Like, I'm a chef, but I do like
I don't
to
know.
not cook. Like I love eating. I just love the experience of just having someone else cook for me. I wish
No
he would cook
dishes.
for me.
No dishes.
No dishes. Let's do a full recap of the entire experiment and I'll let you guys know how it went.
I think we should celebrate the end of this.
Celebrate.
Freedom!
Yes.
We won't tell you if it was a success as yet. We're just celebrating the completion of the challenge.
Yes.
That we stuck to it.
Now we stuck to it. We persevered. Let's hear our feedback.
You guys ready for this? Alright, let's do the cons first.
Yeah, everything had to be made from scratch, basically. As you know, you have to pay for convenience. So I had to make our own milk. We had to make our own peanut butter. And I was in the kitchen for hours, prepping, chopping,
Yeah.
dicing, slicing.
Yeah.
So we couldn't eat out at all. I mean, we had budgeted to get some patties. Yeah, it didn't work.
There were a lot of dishes to wash.
A dishwasher would do us good, right?
Yeah, I am 100% convinced. I have a feeling the people are gonna be like, "Watch ya." You just have to open the tin and eat.
Yeah. Well, there were no allowance for luxury items. That was a definite no-no, 100%.
Yeah.
We just had to get the bare essential, the bare minimal. And we also saw a buy three, get one for free bargain, so we're gonna go with this option instead to save.
So there was some sacrifice on quality.
In some things.
Yeah, and I noticed it was hard to keep on schedule. So even though you were hungry, like you had to wait on meals some of the times.
Yeah, so you're
Yeah.
gonna have a period of time which you're gonna feel hungry.
Yeah.
So we found that, especially with the kids, they
Yeah,
had
yeah.
some period where they're like, I'm hungry, I'm hungry, I'm hungry.
What?
I'm hungry.
Although that could be a pro because you could look at it as like learning how to have self-control.
Definitely.
All right, so pros now. You can go first.
We didn't have any wastage. It forced me to use up every last
Yeah,
iota
yeah.
of ingredient.
One of the things I really loved was that we had practically zero processed foods. I mean, the flour was white flour.
Yeah.
You could substitute white flour for wheat flour.
But yeah, that's still debatable. Yeah, not a lot of processed foods.
Yeah. Which I think is a major advantage because we know that like processed foods is where a lot of cancers and
Yeah.
inflammations in your body and stuff like that. So
Yeah.
you want to do this, you want to have a healthy life, like you gotta put in work. There's no way around it, right?
Yeah.
Well, for me, way more control over the finances. So even if you have hired help, you have somebody who's cooking for you, shopping for you or whatever, you should still have a meal plan because that is where you're gonna have a great amount of control over how much you spend.
You just involve the whole family. Like I really appreciated Darren cooking more, jumping in more. We planned the menu together. That was really fun and bonding for us. I really love that. Like I told him, like I really love that you're in this with me. We planned the menu together. We'll go through the ingredients. And it felt like a game. I just felt alive and invigorated that we're all in it. The kids knew about it. They were like, yeah, we're doing this challenge.
Yeah.
And they look on the menu and we're like, what's next to eat? What's next to eat?
They
So
wash dishes.
They wash
They
dishes.
wash dishes.
So it really does forces the whole family to get involved because it's so much more. It is more work.
But having a plan, it just eliminates decision fatigue. You're not having to think about what you're going to eat. You set it and you forget it. And it just takes away a lot of indecisiveness. Save time. Yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah. And there were I think 2 days we had some leftover protein, so we were able to reuse that the next day. So again, less wastage.
Yeah, way more pros than cons.
Yeah. We didn't actually say if we accomplished the mission or not. There you have it. For 7 days, I was able to effectively feed my family of 4 for about $100 US. There were a few days that we didn't complete all our meals, but we were all well fed. Challenge conquered, mission accomplished. So what's next? We were thinking of doing a vegetarian for 7 days challenge, or to contrast that, maybe a dine out for every meal of the day challenge. If you agree or have any other crazy ideas about challenges we can do, let us know in the comments below. I'm Chef Samantha George. Subscribe to my channel to get wholesome food tutorials and recipes, social experiments, food journalism, and tips to level up your cooking skills.
Top 3 tips. Ready?
Yay. For this challenge, I really appreciated the fact that I had some exposure to world cuisine or different cuisines and different flavors. For example, I had flour and scallions, so I just made some scallion pancakes.
I just tasted one of them and I was like, yo, I need more.
An avalanche went loose in his stomach.
One of the major things is that you're actually building a database of information that you can leverage at any time. So you have ingredients, you have prices, and you have a rotating menu that you can just make it flexible according to what you want. It's a service that we were thinking about even offering to persons to just give you guys like a menu plan with ingredients, how much you can expect to spend, because just having that database is so valuable. It saves time, it takes one less thing off your plate.
Don't focus so much on the $100 budget. That's not the main focus. Our focus was to help you guys know that we can scale back. You can live without luxury. There are ways you can cut back dramatically in your food intake and still enjoy the dining experience with your family.
Eating out is the fastest way to spend way more than you plan to.
Definitely, yeah.
So, top 3 tips. Value packed.
Well, 4.
Yeah, we gave them a little prata,
Extra.
as we'd say in Jamaica.